What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. Today, I am showing you my max effort lower body workout, and it is starting off with some broad jumps. Did some jumps, did about 5 sets of jumps, 5 sets of kettlebell cleans as a warm-up, explosive exercise, whatever you want to call it, really. Just both exercises force you to move fast at the end of the day. I should start really keeping track of how far I'm jumping, just so I could have a good baseline on how to progress going forward. I think I worked up to the 80s. There's my wife trying to get the optimal camera angle. I think I worked up to the 80s for a set of 5. It's good to start off. It gets you warmer than you would. Yeah, those are the 80s. It's explosive. Get some back in there, some posterior chain, some upper back in a way, some lats. So it's a good way to start off, and I feel like it pairs up with the broad jumps quite nicely. Now, you'll notice this later in the week that I started making my box just a tad bit higher. Now, it's just 3/4 of an inch. I put another mat on there. And the reason for it is due to the fact that it doesn't make me lean back as much. So I don't get, there's just a tiny bit of rocking. And I really don't like it because I feel like it defeats the purpose of being on a box. So here's 405 pounds. And I did them for my dynamic effort work later in the week. And I find the dead stop was much better. There was no rocking whatsoever. I was able to get the proper muscles in. I was able to get my hips to fire hard. Not that it's excessive here. It's just, I don't want it at all. That's the issue. I don't want it even a little bit. Because I want the box squat to actually train my legs in the fashion that it's supposed to. Not turn it into an ego lift. Now, by the time this video's come out, you've obviously seen I interviewed Cody from the Stone Circle. And that got me really wanting to, that's what really inspired this whole cycle going forward. You're going to see a lot more use of sandbags, a lot more use of kettlebells, and things like that. So the main exercise or accessory exercise after this is going to be some variation, whether it's deadlifting the sandbag to my chest and just standing up with it, or the sandbag box squats you see here. That's what it's going to be. Sets of 10, 20, whatever. I just want it in a short period of time. Okay? So low rest periods, maybe a minute, 90 seconds. And I feel like this will do my conditioning good. It'll do my back some good, do my core some good. Now here we get to the accessory portion. Power pull, pump up the back side of the body. Now when you think about it really, if you've ever used this before, it's very similar to loading a sandbag up. Very, very similar. You just need no use of your arms. So it directs all the attention to your backside, the traps all the way down to your calves. And it's a great piece of equipment. It is a bit on the expensive side, so I can't really recommend it to everyone because I know not everyone would be able to afford this. I kind of put money aside for like a whole year to be able to justify this purchase from myself. So here, just sets of 15, fairly low rest periods. And it's good for pretty much the entire posterior chain. Is it better than good mornings? Is it better than Romanian deadlifts? Obviously, there's really no such thing as better, just different. Well, there is better, but it's just different. You feel more of the tension at the top standing up than when you would at the bottom. And then I just pumped up my low back with some single-legged reverse hypers. I do feel like my low back is a bit asymmetrical, as is everyone's, let's be honest. But I find this is a way to counter any weaknesses I might have from left to right and just make sure that they are not persisting. So, and I really liked this variation, surprisingly. more so than any other variation that I've done, whether it's the straight leg or whatever. But that's all for this workout, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And as always, have yourselves a great day.